the firefighters received an emergency call. Someone was stuck in a crack in the building. When they arrived at the scene, they saw that it was George, the security guard. George said, "I've been stuck here for more than 10 hours. The firefighters were curious about how he had fallen there. It turned out that George was on duty last night. He saw some young people acting strangely. He followed them and saw that they were vandalizing the building. George immediately stopped them. He tried to catch them, but those young men were quick. They jumped over the railing and ran into the building next door. George estimated the distance. He thought he could do it too, so he jumped over. But fortunately, George had a big belly. It got stuck in the gap between the buildings. He didn't fall very far. That's how it was. Until the next day, people passing by heard moaning sounds. They immediately called 911. The firefighters arrived at the scene quickly after receiving the call. George said, at this point, he had lost feeling in his legs. What's worse, he was about to lose control of his bladder. The firefighters told him to try to reach out his hand. That way, they could pull him up with a rope. But as soon as George moved, he slid down a little more. He was so scared he started squealing like a pig. It seemed like they had to resort to plan B. The captain, based on George's location, knocked on the door of a furniture store. Then he walked straight to the wall. He started drilling holes. The store owner looked confused. What was going on? At this point, the captain explained to him that they were rescuing someone, and that someone would help him repair the wall afterward. By this time, the firefighters had already drilled through the wall, and almost drilled a hole in George's leg. After confirming the exact location, they began to break down the wall. They quickly broke a hole large enough to fit under George's feet. The captain told George to take a breath and tighten his stomach. At that moment, everyone pulled him into the room together. George was finally saved. He thanked everyone, but the firefighters said, "You should thank your big belly the most."